So I did end up taking Facebook and Instagram off of my phone, but I re-put Instagram on there because I want to take some sewing classes, and there's certain studios that only have Instagram pages. And also, when I tried to log in on my computer, it wanted me to use an authenticator app that I don't have anymore. So far, Instagram has not been a big pull for me. I do use it for volleyball as well. A lot of us don't have any phone numbers, but we just message through Instagram. So in some ways, it's good to have it on my phone. Facebook Marketplace was definitely a place I was finding myself going yesterday. So not having them on my phone yesterday, I reached for my phone 50 to 100 times. And then I picked it up, looked at it, and put it back down. And it's been raining here. Rained all day yesterday. We had flash flood watch. And yeah, it's been really interesting just noticing myself wanting to distract or entertain in some way, shape, or form. And don't get me wrong, I watched lots of long form YouTube yesterday, watched a couple movies, one and a half, and then I did make a casserole and 2 loaves of bread. So that's good. I made a video, I edited a video, although this program that I use, Descript, stopped working like 3/4 of the way through my editing, and I didn't want to lose the video. So I just did it. I feel like it's too long. I wanted to edit some more of the sections of the cinematic stuff, but I've been trying something new. So if you're new here, my name is Lauren Teresa. I am a minimalist, frugal person, and I am also trying to decrease my use of social media. I'm trying to get my focus back, and you'll hear me saying like and a bunch because something that I realized is that my brain is not working the way that it used to. My critical thinking has gone down. My ability to read a book is coming back. I did re-download or borrowed from my library through the Libby app. You can buy happiness and it's cheap. And it's funny because this is the second book that I had read on minimalism. The first was The Money of Your Life by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez, which is all about your life's energy and investing and how to retire early. And then the second book is The Woman Who Moved into a Tiny House and became a minimalist and really wanted to have purposeful, meaningful work in her life. And she writes the book about her journey. It's funny, it's not how I remembered it, so that's fine. And then after, I'm going to read The Story of Stuff, and that's about consumerism in the US. And I know a lot of us are done. We just don't want to buy junk anymore. We don't want to be in debt anymore. We don't want to support these giant corporations that don't care, especially with the elimination of the middle class recently in the economy. I think a lot of people, maybe millennials, I'm an older millennial, so I'll speak for myself, have been drawn to homesteading and slow living since I started reading about all this stuff back in 2008. I volunteered on a farm for a while in Texas before we moved to Florida, and it was the happiest time of my life. In graduate school, I didn't have a TV, didn't watch TV. I was in the community. I didn't have money to shop, so I still managed to. I didn't know enough then to stop comparing myself to everyone around me and to be happy with who I was. So my materialism came back full force once I started making a lot of money. And after my divorce, I was semi-retired early prior to, but obviously cutting that down to like not quite half afterwards has been very interesting because as much as I look online at jobs, I have 2 little kids too, which makes it difficult. Yeah, there's no amount of work that I would want to go into to give up my life and freedom for so that I could have more money to spend on what? An apartment, a car, clothing. It's not worth it. So I do have enough to never work again. Shouldn't say that out loud. I probably will go through the numbers at some point, but something that's a little strange maybe to tell people about all of the details of my financial life, but I do want to prove that I am in fact retired early. And I think some people would be skeptical about that. So through blood, sweat, and tears, my ex-husband and I did start a business that was very successful and made millions of dollars. And we did do some things correctly, investing wise. We bought 6 properties, one of which is mine. We just sold one's on the market, and the other ones he kept. So he's keeping 4 properties, 3, yeah, and I'm keeping 1. And that one property is a 4-plex in Florida that I talked about renovating, and I have 3 of the units will be long-term and 1 will be short-term. The short-term rental just went up on Airbnb a few days ago. Haven't gotten any bookings yet, but fingers crossed. And the front apartment is done and will be photographed this coming week. Still paying mortgage and rent without anything coming in, but thankfully I have a set amount that I live on each month, and I have enough to cover both. And I have about $1,600 left on spending money. That's like food, gas, kids for the rest of the month currently. So out of necessity, I've had to pare down and really think about saving, investing, where every dollar goes. And I have driven for Uber Eats a few times, and I would really like to not do that either. My back, driving around for 5 hours, and just the feeling and the people, the customer service, the wear and tear on the vehicle, get a loss of free time. Decided after the last time I did Uber Eats that I would just go to extreme frugal minimalism. And I started decluttering my house, and I started thinking about everything that I own. I started thinking about this giant apartment that we rent. And I realized that I had fallen prey to materialism again. And I am swinging back the other way, but it takes time. So if you're new to frugality or minimalism, please be gentle with yourself. So the biggest tips that everyone says on repeat in every single minimalism video is talking about your burn rate. So that's your basic living necessities and the money that you need for that. And then outside of that, you get to decide what's worth your life's energy. So I have an espresso machine, and I was just discussing with my partner yesterday, and we really went through the numbers of how much we spend every month. And it's like 100. I thought it was 80. It's like 120 and $30 a month on coffee pods. The machine itself was $50. I got it at thrift store. It was brand new in a box for $50. I love good coffee. I drink too much caffeine. I don't sleep well. I bite my nails. And I'm starting to, now that I've decluttered, and now that I'm not spending money, and now that I'm not using shopping as a coping mechanism, all of the internal stuff that I haven't worked on has started to come up. So I just want to preface that that's really what this channel is about. It's about my journey and hopefully helping other people to understand that this is not normal, the way that we live, that we've been marketed to 24/7 since we were babies. Like when we were kids, we didn't care. Your parents clothed you. And at some point you started caring about what you were wearing, and you started clothing yourself because school, the environment, the indoctrination camp of K through 12. Some good things about school, some things that I don't agree with, that I have to be very careful when I talk to my kids about their schooling. I'll make a whole other video on that at some point, I'm sure. But just the comparison trap. Like even as a kid, cool versus not cool. There's so much propaganda and marketing that goes into all of that. And I think from a young age, I've always felt like this difference. Like I just don't fit in. I never have. I don't think I ever will. And I'm okay with that now. I wouldn't want to be anyone but myself now. And that's rare. My Amazon ends in April. And autofocus is terrible. So I apologize for the annoying zoom in, zoom out. We just sold a property. I've been waiting for this money for 4 years, and I should be getting that wire transfer Monday or Tuesday. And I will be buying and investing in some proper camera equipment and a faster laptop. I have a $500 refurbished laptop, and a $100 camera. And I also have my phone that I mostly use, but it takes so long to upload my videos. So I'm like, okay, if I'm really going to do YouTube, then yeah. So I would love, my goal is to monetize on YouTube over the next 3 to 4 years and hopefully make this a job and get better at it. I'm going to take some sewing and art classes. And I want to take some photography and storytelling classes and get better at all of this. But anyway, if you like any of this stuff or you get anything from this content, I understand I'm a new creator. I understand that maybe the cinema quality isn't as high as some others, and I'm working on that. But I'm so grateful that you're here, and I appreciate you, and follow along for more.